I am writing to you because of something that was kept hidden for a very long time, and I think part of you already senses it. For thousands of years, it was held inside the closed schools, passed from master to student behind locked doors. The yogis called it samadhi, complete presence. The Taoists called it wu-wei, action without effort. The old magicians spoke of direct contact with the world, that moment when a thought becomes a fact with nothing standing in between. It carries a single name, and I am going to use that name with you through this whole letter. Flow. The essence of it is simple. When you are in flow, you are here, completely. Your body is not running on autopilot. Your mind is not wandering off into other rooms. Your whole energy is gathered into the single point of now, focused like a beam of light. And when you are gathered like that, the world hears you. Let me tell you what that looks like from the outside, because you have seen it. There are people who live in this state. They walk into a room and the room changes. They speak and the words seem to take shape in the air. They move through their days and the obstacles step aside. They always have energy, always have ideas, always have results. The lights turn green as they arrive. The phone rings at exactly the right moment. Money finds its way to them, and things simply arrange themselves. Coincidences, signs, events you cannot quite explain. Call it what you like, but it is not luck, and it is not a gift. It is the flow that the keepers of the old knowledge were pointing to all along. And here is the problem I am writing to you about. Most people are not here. The hands wash the dishes while the head is back in an old argument. The body sits at work while the mind is 3 days into the future. The body makes love while the head runs down a list of chores. Life walks right past, and the result is exactly what you already feel. No energy. Practices that do nothing. Desires that never arrive. A world that does not seem to hear you. Not because you were unworthy of it, but because you were not there. This can change, and not slowly, over long years of effort. Today, flow is not a mystery you have to deserve. It is a concrete technology you can learn to operate. So in this letter, I want to walk you back to the places where your energy quietly leaks away and show you how to call it home. Along the way, you will come to know the signs of flow from the inside, so you never again mistake it for luck, and you will catch the small, ordinary things that keep knocking you out of it. And once you can see all of that clearly, the way back in stops being a secret, and the real work begins, which is learning to stay. The masters of the ancient schools trained for years to reach this. You do not have years, and you do not need them. You need a key, and by the end of this, you will be holding it. So sit with me for a while. Let us begin. At any moment in time, you are living in one of 3 places, and the one where you spend most of your day decides everything. Your energy, your results, your health, your power to bring anything real into being. Let me walk you through all 3, because you are going to recognize yourself somewhere in here. The first is life in the past. You sit and you sort through memories, turning the same events over and over, trying to change something inside a thing that finished long ago. Remember, I should have said it differently. If only I had acted another way, everything would be different now. It is like looking at an old photograph and trying to rewrite what is printed on it. The past is a closed story, a frozen frame, a single still from a film that already finished shooting. There is no life left in it. And when you send your attention back there, the past begins to draw the energy out of you, because you are trying to breathe life into what is already dead. That is why, after a long evening of talking about how things used to be, after the reunion, after the hours of nostalgia, you feel wrung out and emptied. You have just spent a great deal of your living force on something that no longer exists. The second is life in the future. Here a person lives inside hopes and fears about what has not happened and may never happen at all. How will I handle tomorrow? And what if it goes wrong? What will they think of me? Or the endless daydream about how wonderful everything will be once this one thing finally arrives. But the future is 1,000 possible versions of itself, a cloud of maybes. When you sink into it with your thoughts, your energy scatters down all of those roads that do not exist yet. You think about one outcome, then another, then a third, pouring energy into first this branch of reality and then that one. And in the end, in the present moment, there is nothing left of you. In the present, you are simply not there. Your body walks and breathes and performs its actions out of habit, but there is no real presence in it. There is only the automatic mode, running by itself. The third state is life here and now. It is the moment when your body and your awareness are standing in the same point of space and time. You are not thinking about the past. You are not dreaming forward into the future. You are simply here, completely, with your whole being, taking in the incoming signal of life second by second. And in this state, something incredible happens. The energy stops leaking away into the past and the future. It gathers into the point of now. You become a conductor through which the living force flows. And that is exactly why, in this state, you are the most alive, the most charged, the most effective you have ever been. Here is the strange part. Most people spend a few minutes a day at most in the here and now. All the rest of the time they are far away, in memory or in fantasy, and then they wonder, why is there no energy? Why don't the practices work? Why won't my desires come true? And the answer is very simple. Because you were not here. Let me show you what is really happening when a person steps into flow. Because once you understand the nature of a thing, you hold power over the process. Time does not exist. It is one of the greatest illusions the human race lives inside. Clocks and calendars are only an agreement between people, an artificial grid thrown over reality so that we can somehow coordinate our actions. And quantum physics uncovered exactly what the keepers of the knowledge understood for thousands of years. Reality does not exist independently of the observer. It exists only in the instant of observation. Picture the experiment with the two slits. When no one is watching the particle, it behaves like a wave and passes through both slits at once. But the moment you begin to observe it, it becomes a particle and goes through only one. Reality itself literally changes depending on whether you are looking at it or not. Before the moment of observation, there is only a wave of endless possibility, a cloud of probability where everything happens at the same time. Your desire exists and does not exist. Your future is rich and it is poor. You are healthy and you are ill. All of it holds together at once as pure possibility. And only when you are present, only when you turn your attention onto it, does the wave collapse into one definite event. Your awareness chooses one out of 1,000 possibilities and makes it real. The past is gone. It already collapsed and became fact. The future is not here yet. It is still a wave, a fog of possibilities. There is only one single moment where real life takes place, where reality is born out of the emptiness, and that is here and now. Reality is built moment by moment. It is an endless chain of quantum choices, and every one of those choices is made here, now, in the single point where you can actually change anything. The people who live in flow understand this secret in their bones. They catch the moment reality is born. They are present right there, where the wave becomes a particle, where possibility hardens into fact. That is why the world leans on them. That is why what they intend takes shape at a speed that looks impossible from outside. There is something owed to you, by right. In every moment, here and now, A certain measure of living force arrives for you, a quantum of life. You are allowed to take it, and you are allowed to take even more of it than you take today. But here is where it breaks down for most people. They never learned how to take even what is theirs by the simple right of being born. They cannot pick up what is lying right in front of them, waiting for them to reach out a hand. Flow is the state of receiving the signal of life. It is what happens when you are open, present, and able to accept the energy that was meant for you. When you are in flow, you become a conductor of life itself. And life has its own processes, its own movements, its own plans. Most people walk straight past all of it because they are not here. They are off somewhere in their thoughts, in their own turmoil. But the ones in flow are present, and so life begins to lean on them. People rely on you. You get counted on. Processes come to completion through you. You become the person through whom life brings its own intentions into the world. You are a conductor, a channel, a riverbed that the current of events runs along. And everything works out for you, not because you strain against it, but because you have stopped rowing against the current and started moving with life itself. That is when you finally become the true master of your own life. No outer circumstance holds power over you anymore. You are the one steering. This same energy can feed any area of your life you point it at. Money, health, relationships, the work you are trying to build. But understand this. Anything you want to bring into matter demands a surplus of energy. Most people live in chronic deficit, and that is exactly why they manage to bring so little that is new into being. So the simplest path to more resource is this. Learn to enter flow and learn to hold it. So how do you know you are actually in it? Here are the concrete signs, the ones you cannot fail to notice once you know to look for them. The first is energy. You have a great deal of strength, and it arrives from somewhere you cannot name. You wake rested, you work without tiring, and by evening you are still full. The body almost hums with life. The blood feels charged. Every cell is loaded with force. You want to move, to make things, to act. The second is a lift of optimism and involvement. You are living the day second by second, and thoughts about the past simply stop surfacing. The future does not pull at you either. There is only a plain, living interest in being alive right now, and you are so drawn into what is in front of you that everything else loses its weight. There is no worry and no dread. When you are answering for every second of here and now, all of those future disasters you used to build in your head have no power over you. And the past stops being interesting too. Second by second, you are joined to the world directly. The third is synchronicity. You walk down the street and the lights are green. You drive somewhere and arrive on time even though you left late. You think of calling someone and they call you first. The exact piece of information you needed comes from a source you never expected. The right people appear at the right moment. This is not luck, and it is not chance. It is what happens when you are synchronized with the world second by second, and reality arranges itself around your rhythm. The fourth is that things come to life. Wherever you go, whatever you touch begins to move. Questions that were stuck get resolved. Processes that had frozen start up again. You think about something, and it begins to happen on its own. While you were switched off, it all sat there like dead weight. The moment you switched on, it came alive. You carry a current of life, and whatever you pass through, you bring to life. The fifth is that the world hears you. People hear you. Circumstances hear you. Your words carry weight. Your intentions take shape. And the outer events that used to snag you slide right past, because you are so deep inside the moment that they find nothing to catch on. Now let me be honest with you about what pulls you back out, about what quietly breaks your presence. There are more of these than you would like, and you will know every one of them. The first is a grievance against reality. It is when you look around and see only what is wrong. The world is off. The people are the wrong people. The circumstances do not suit you. A grievance is a tearing away from what actually is. It is the posture of, I know better than life itself. Watch yourself honestly for a single day and count how many times you think, this is not how it should be. If only that would change. Why are people the way they are? Every one of those thoughts is a step out of flow, because flow is the acceptance of what is here right now. This does not mean you make peace with something bad. It means you see reality as it truly is, without the filter of your expectations, and you work with what is in front of you. Do not pour your force into resistance. Send it into action instead. In flow, you accept reality exactly as it is in this second, and you work with that. You do not fight the current, you move in it. The second is inner hurry, that state of, I need this urgently, screaming inside you. And what it really says underneath is, I do not believe it is already here. I am certain that I am in lack. If what you wanted were already your normal, you would feel a calm and quiet, yes, this is how it is, instead of that feverish waiting and the endless pushing to speed things along. Hurry is inner panic. In your mind, you are already in the future, pulling it toward you with your hands, trying to seize the result before it has ripened. And here is the paradox. The harder you pull, the further it moves away. Imagine you plant a seed and water it every day, and then every hour you begin to dig it up and check. Well, has it grown yet? Why hasn't it grown yet? What is going on? The seed dies from your care. It is the same with your desires. Hurry destroys your presence. You cannot be here and now if in your mind you are already over there in the future, trying to grab the result with your hands. Trust is what brings you back. I do my work now, here and well, and the result will come in its own time. And here the paradox turns right side up. The moment you stop dragging at it, it arrives sooner, not later, because now you are moving with life instead of against the current. The third is digging in the past. Every time you sort back through old grievances, rewrite conversations that are finished, chew over the same stories again, you lose your force. The past is emptiness. There is no life in it, only a frozen fact. And the more you stare into it, the more energy drains away for good. Watch how many times a day you go back there. If only I had said it then. Why did I not do it? I should have acted differently. Again and again you try to rewrite what has already happened, to change a frame that is already shot and developed. This does not mean the past should be forgotten. You can take an experience, a lesson, an understanding from it, but that is done once. You looked, you understood, you took the lesson, and you let it go. To revive the same event for years is like trying to draw nourishment out of food that is already digested. There is nothing left in it, only toxins. So every time you catch yourself turning the past over, ask, what do I want to change here? Nothing. It already happened. Then why am I spending energy on it? There is no answer. Let it go. Come back here. The fourth is fantasy about the future. You build castles in the air. You dream of how good it will be. You live out 1,000 versions of events in your head, and you drift away from the present into a reality that does not exist. The future is 1,000 probabilities. You charge up first one branch and then another, scattering your force, and in the present you are left with the power cut off. The fifth is mechanical repetition. You do the practices, the affirmations, the meditations, all on autopilot. You say the right words and perform the right actions, but you yourself are somewhere far away. One phrase spoken from a state of complete presence is stronger than 1,000 tossed out by rote. What matters is not the form. It is your presence in the moment. The sixth is the dopamine trap. In our brain, a hormone of reward is produced, dopamine. It is an ancient survival mechanism that used to pay us out for useful actions. Found food, take your reward. Solve the problem, take your reward. But the modern world hacked this mechanism. Now we take dopamine hits for effort we never made. Scrolled the feed, and there it is. Watched a video, and there it is. Ate something sweet, and there it is. And the brain learns its lesson. Why strain at all? Why be present if the reward can arrive instantly? And it turns into an addict, hunting the next dose. I will be honest with you. I know this one from the inside and not from a book. You open the phone without noticing you did it. You scroll without taking anything in. You eat without tasting. You switch away and leave things half finished. The brain grows too lazy to draw the real energy out of the moment of here and now because that takes presence. A cheap dopamine hit is so much easier. The way out is a dopamine fast. 3 to 7 days with no fast stimulation. No social feeds, no endless content, no eating for the sake of pleasure. Just life. The first days are withdrawal. The brain demands its usual dose. But then the reset comes. The receptors recover, and the brain begins to taste the fine flavors of reality again. The joy of a simple walk. The satisfaction of a finished task. Your sensitivity to life returns, and with it the ability to stand in flow. The seventh is the absence of grounding. Picture a wire with an electric current in it. One end is connected to the source, the other hangs in the air. The current has nowhere to go. The energy is there, but it cannot become anything. It cannot do any work. It is the same with a person. If your upper half is open and taking in energy, but your lower half is not grounded, the flow pours off into nowhere. You feel the energy, you receive the insights, you sense the inspiration, and nothing takes shape in physical reality. Grounding is when your lower half, everything belonging to the physical body, is plugged into reality like a plug into a socket. You are stable, steady, clearly feeling your body in space. Your feet know where the ground is. Your spine knows where the bottom is and where the top is. What helps you ground? Walking barefoot on earth, on grass, on sand, on stone, the skin in direct contact with the planet. Physical exercise that involves the legs and the pelvis, squats, lunges, balancing. The steam room and the cold shower, hot and cold, which return you to the body in an instant. Working with your hands, cooking, cleaning, repairing, anything that demands physical presence and creates a result you can touch. Grounding is not only a sensation, it is the state of agreeing to be here, on this planet, in this body, in this life. When you are not trying to fly off with your thoughts, not trying to escape reality, you are here completely. Without grounding, the energy of flow evaporates. With grounding, it flows through you and takes shape in concrete results. Let me stop for a moment, because you have watched this far, and that means something inside you answered, something shifted. So do one thing before we move on to the tools. Write down in the comments what exactly caught you, which thought, which line, which piece of understanding. Maybe you saw for the first time where you lose your energy. Maybe you understood why the practices never worked. Maybe you recognized yourself in the description of living in the past or living in the future. Whatever it was that reached you personally, put it in a few sentences, in your own words. It matters that you write it, because an insight you do not capture is forgotten within the hour, and the one you write down stays with you and keeps working afterward. So tell me what changed inside you after this. Then come back, because now I hand you the tools that return you to the state of flow. The first is awareness. Learn to steer your own attention. Notice where you are, here, or drifted off. A simple exercise. Follow your breath, the inhale, the exhale, and when the attention floats away, bring it back. This is training for the muscle of presence. Simpler still, repeat, I am here, I am now. When an intrusive thought surfaces, return to these words. The second is to do what you love. A person enters flow most easily while doing something that truly interests them. One catches the flow on skis, another dancing, another painting or working on a project they love. Find your own triggers for flow. Often it is tied to new experience, to learning, to making something. The third is movement. Any physical activity returns you to the body. 20 minutes of light exertion, and the body begins to ask for your attention. The thoughts about past and future switch off. The fourth is contemplation. Go out for a walk and simply look at people, at trees, at the sky. Do not project, do not disappear into your thoughts. Just let the world pass through you. The fifth is the morning tuning. The morning programs the whole day. Build a simple ritual. Wake, drink water, sit in silence for 5 minutes, breathe, do a little movement. The main thing is to do it before the phone and before the tasks. The sixth is slowing down. This one is the one I reach for most. When you feel yourself carried off, the thoughts racing, everything in a rush, stop. There is an ancient breathing technique, 4-7-8, that returns you to the body at once and quiets the storm in the head. Breathe in through the nose for a count of 4. Hold for 7. Breathe out through the mouth for 8. Repeat 3 or 4 times. The old breath keepers held that this exact rhythm, 4 in, 7 held, 8 out, is one of the ancient locks on the body's alarm. The same law by which a single measured breath turns you from battle back to rest. The heart slows, the thoughts settle, the body loosens, and you come back. Or simpler still, 3 deep, slow breaths in and out. Feel your feet on the floor, how they touch the ground, what weight they have, what temperature. Look around you with awareness. What do you see? What do you hear? What does your skin feel right now? One moment, one conscious act, and you are here again. The seventh is to act at once. You thought of it. You did it. You move the thought into action instantly. Nothing returns you to the here and now faster. Entering flow once is easy. Holding it is harder because life keeps trying to knock you back into automatic mode. So here is what helps you hold it. Learn to tell your own state from someone else's. Often the wave that rolls over you is not your own. Someone told you their problem, and that was it. You are knocked out. You took on their state as your own. You walked into their reality, into their turmoil, and lost yourself. Learn to feel the border. Is this mine, or did it come from somebody else? If it is not yours, let it go. Come back to yourself, to your breath, to your body, to your own state. Build a ritual of return. You need an anchor that pulls you back to the center in an instant. It can be a short meditation on 3 breaths, or a phrase, I am here, I am now, or a movement, a stretch, standing up, a few steps, anything that tells your body and your mind, stop, come back, this is your life, this is your state. Do it the moment you notice you have drifted. Do not wait for the end of the day. Do not wait until it gets truly bad. Drifted, came back. Drifted, came back. This is training, and each time it grows easier. And rest. You cannot be in flow inside stress. When the nervous system is overloaded, it drops automatically into survival mode, and in that mode there is no room for flow. Only fight, flight, or freeze. Learn to notice when the tension is building and release it not once a month, but every single day. Through breath, through movement, through relaxation. Come back to the center through rest. Now we are going to do a practice together, one that will return you to the moment of here and now and start a current of energy running through your whole being. Sit comfortably, the spine straight but not tense, your hands resting easily on your knees or your thighs. Do not cross your legs. Let your feet rest fully on the floor. Press your tongue to the roof of your mouth. This closes the energy circuit. Feel the weight of your own body, your seat on the chair, your feet on the floor, your spine like a straight line from the tailbone to the crown of the head. Take a deep breath in through the nose, filling the belly. A slow breath out through the mouth. Once more, in and out. Now close your eyes. Feel that right now. Inside you, life is happening. The heart is beating. The blood is moving through the veins. The lungs are breathing. It goes on second by second without any part you play in it. You are a part of this unbroken process. Now bring your attention to the spine. Imagine that inside it there is a hollow tube, an axis of light along which energy moves. This is your central channel. In your mind, place a point of attention at the base of the spine, there where the tailbone is. This is your connection to the earth, your grounding. Feel your legs grow heavy, as if they have set into the floor. The whole lower part of the body is steady, dense, grounded, and the crown of your head, by contrast, is light, as if an invisible thread were tied to it, drawing you upward toward the sky, toward the source of light. Inside you there is an axis, the bottom grounded, the top open. Now move your attention into the solar plexus, the area between the chest and the belly. This is the manipura, your energy center, the place where living force gathers. Imagine that there, in the solar plexus, a small sun is forming, warm, bright, golden. It begins to shine stronger with every breath. Breathe in, and the sun flares brighter. Breathe out, and the light spreads through the body. Say to yourself in your mind, I am here, I am now. All of my energy is returning to the moment of here and now. Feel how the energy that was scattered across past thoughts, across future worries, across memories and daydreams, begins to flow back toward you. Like little streams running into a river, all of your force returns to the solar plexus. You take back the energy from the past, from all the conversations you kept turning over in your head, from all the I should have said it differently. It all comes back here. You take back the energy from the future, from all the what-ifs, from all the worries and the plans. It all comes back here. You take back the energy from the people you handed it out to without thinking. It all returns to you. With every breath, the sun in your solar plexus grows brighter, denser, more powerful. Now imagine that from above, through the crown of your head, a stream of light begins to flow. Golden, warm, alive. It comes from the sun, from the source of life, and it enters you. This stream flows down along your spine like a river of light, filling every cell. It passes through the neck, through the chest, through the solar plexus, strengthening your inner sun, and it goes on downward to the tailbone and out into the earth. You are a conductor. Through you flows the current of life. From the top down, from sky to earth, from the source to matter. Second by second, you let this current pass through you. Say in your mind, I am here, I am in flow. Sit in this state for a few more breaths, in and out. Feel how the river of light flows inside you, how your inner sun burns bright and steady. You have come back. You are here. You are in the moment. When you are ready, slowly move the fingers of your hands and your toes. Take a deep breath and open your eyes. You have just returned to the moment of here and now, into flow. Now you know what it is. You know how it feels. You know how to enter it. Do this practice every day. When you feel that you have drifted, catch yourself, bring yourself back. Little by little, flow will become your natural state. You will live in the moment. Your energy will pour out like a spring. The world will answer. Everything will come together, because you will be here completely, and the world will hear you. Remember this, and let it be the last thing I say to you. When you are here, the world hears you.